Hello. So I got a request to do a little cloud tutorial, so I'm just gonna do that quickly here and show you guys what I do. So I'm just gonna start off by wetting the paper just where I would want the area of the cloud to be. Just gonna make a big cloud so you can see what details I put in. And then I'm just gonna take some green and just lay that in the background just to have some color. And then I'm going to add a little bit of more green just to make it pop a little bit. And then from here, I'm just going to take a little bit of tissue and just dab a little bit of the area that I want to keep white for the cloud. So here I'm just going to make the background pop a little more. I'm just going to add a little more green. And then kind of put a little bit more green over the cloud to still have some of that green in there, not completely white. And so I'm just going to blow dry this a little bit so it's just a little wet, not all the way dry. And so here I'm going to take some light green and start creating the shapes of the clouds, little circular motions. And then I'm going to take some dark green and go ahead and put it at the bottom underneath the cloud, because if the light is coming from top, the darker is at the underneath it. So I'm just going to put that down, put where I want my dark shades to go. Just put a little more green in there. And then I'm going to go in with the light green again and kind of shade the cloud in, just leaving some little white spaces peeking through. Then I'm going to blow dry that again just a little bit for like 10 seconds. And then I'm going to go in with this just really old brush that I had. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It's really just like a $2 brush. And I'm going to go in and take some white gouache and mix it in with the light green color. So I'm just going to dab that on the top of the cloud, just where the lightest part would be. And I'm going to just put that color down. Just kind of work it in and start blending that in just a little bit and start making some nice circular fluffy clouds. And then here I'm going to take some dark green and start making that bottom part a little more darker and start shading it in and blending everything together. I'm adding where I want my shades to be. And you can just kind of play around with this and figure out what kind of shape you want. Clouds come in so many different sizes, so it doesn't really matter what kind of shape, as long as you have your lights and your darks in the correct spaces. So I'm just gonna so what I did was I tapped my brush off and I cleaned it off so it's a completely clean brush, and then I go in and work the product in and start just blending everything together. And I tap that excess off and go in with some more green. So again, these colors are mixed with white gouache. And I just work that in, start just blending everything, make everything as smooth together. Nice circular motions, make it look really fluffy. And then from this point, you should just put white, nothing mixed, just white gouache completely, and on top of the colors, and start blending that in. And so this is just white gouache right here. It's not mixed with anything. So you just put your highlights where you would like for them to go. Just depends on where your light source is coming from. And so you can just go back and blend everything in, make sure the colors pop where they're the darkest or the lightest, and then everything else should just be blended in. And then you can just play around with how long you want the cloud, how short you want the cloud to be. And that's pretty much how I do my clouds. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any requests, I would love to hear them.